I really feel so bad for these men who go through anybody. But I feel like now with the tipping, what's that thing called? Tipping, whatever it is. Hi everyone, welcome back to No Light Tarot. My name is Hallie. So grateful to have you all. Let's get into the reading. I was asked to do an update about Johnny Depp. You know, I've been almost 100% accurate. I think I've been 100% accurate actually with the Johnny Depp Amber Heard situation. I said he was going to win. I said between him and Amber Heard. I also said that I felt like they're energetically tied to one another. I did say she was going to move to another country. I saw her moving to Europe. I thought it would be France, but I think maybe that's at the end. But I saw her definitely leaving the US. She's going to marry somebody else, because somebody's going to fall for her craziness. There is always somebody that falls for somebody like that. That's why they get away with their behavior, which is very unfortunate. But I did sense that Johnny would come out on the winning side. Now, I don't know if you've heard the story, you might want to jump ahead, but I saw Johnny Depp. I don't want to say exactly where, because if he goes there often, I don't want to invade his privacy by like saying so people show up where he goes often. I wouldn't want to be in that situation. But I saw him at a park that I used to go to. It's on a famous street. I see a lot of celebrities on that street, not that area, but a little farther up, close to Hollywood. And he was very serene. Actually, he was a lot darker in person than I remembered. He was almost my complexion, which I was very shocked by. Not that it really matters, but he was just very good looking. Very, very. He looks a lot better in person than on TV, well, on the cinema. But I've never really liked Jack Sparrow. Maybe that's why. I feel like Jack Sparrow is a little dirty. Obviously, he's a pirate, so he's supposed to be dirty. I do like the rugged look, but like, you have to look like you took a shower. You know what I'm saying? Which Jack Sparrow obviously doesn't look like he took a shower. But I feel like he was falling into that character in his real life a little too much. But in person, he was not like that. He's very, like, he just looked like a very spiritual person. Very spiritual. He had a very good energy about him. So I say that to say that I feel it's funny. I did start doing videos later on about him, but anyways, seeing him really made me, I never used to have really an opinion about him. The last movie I did saw of him, I think was Chocolat, when I was like 14 or something like that. It was about him. Yeah, that was the last one, because I watched Pirates of the Caribbean when I was younger. So I've never been a Johnny Depp fan. So I didn't really have anything to gain or lose. But from day one, I never believed Amber Heard. And I always say this, people stopped talking to me. People said I was this, people said I was that. When I used to defend him and just say, let's look at the other side. Turns out I was right. So, I'm not saying I'll be right here. But I'm just very happy that he has been vindicated, you know. I really feel so bad for these men who go through anybody. But I feel like now with the tipping, what's that thing called? Tipping, whatever it is. How things have like tipped towards in favor of women. Like when they say believe a woman, I don't believe a woman. I say listen to all victims, because not only women are victims, but I also believe that if the story sounds fishy, listen, yes, but you don't have to believe it. And I think when people think believe, they think listen. You can listen to people, you know, but her story just sounded fishy. And I would say her story sounds fishy. People were like, oh, you know, no. Trust me, I've gone through my situations. I've had stalkers. In fact, that same courthouse she went to, I had to go to get a restraining order against someone, you know. So as somebody that's been in situations, I can tell when stories don't add up, and her story did not add up. And I also know, I went to that courthouse twice. There's not paparazzi just hanging out, you know, waiting. You know, it's a courthouse. So it seemed very implanted. I could tell she was, in my opinion, lying. Turns out I was right. So with that being said, I wanted to do an update about him. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, and Eight of Pentacles. So he's getting ready, like I said, to do a role. I've said this before. He's surrounding himself by a lot of women, which is very interesting. Women that are helping him. His PR team is mostly women right now. His lawyer, smart, it's a strategic move. But the bottom deck of Four of Pentacles means that he's working on himself. Good for him. Good for him. He's doing the real work. I can see that very strongly. With Four of Swords, he has somebody in his life. I don't think he and the lawyer worked out. Not Camille Vasquez, the other one, the British one. I don't think it worked out. I did envision him with someone, and I saw that she's into motorcycles, got long dark hair. I saw her being Brazilian. Oh, yeah, I saw Brazilian. Now, it is intuitive based, not fact based. Even though I've been accurate, doesn't mean I'll be accurate here. But I strongly see Two of Wands in reverse, King of Pentacles in the Tower. Okay, so somebody's coming. This person is coming into his life, but he's headed down a lot better life pattern than before, and I feel so bad for his kids, you know. Even though he's doing the work now, and I think he sees it, and I say this to everybody, yes, but I also say to guys, like, when you date a lot younger, that person is mature enough for their age. Like, she was a 22-year-old, you know. She was not mature enough to be with a late 40-year-old. And a lot of guys will be like, oh, I only date girls in their 20s because they're able to have kids. Will they make a good mother? You know, I know when I was in my 20s, I would have not made a good mother. You know, so just because somebody is fertile doesn't mean that they're capable of having a mature and healthy, sustainable relationship. So with Three of Swords, the Emperor, he's healing, definitely healing from what happened. And I wish him the best, lots of healing. He is planning a major comeback, and stay tuned. I'm going to do an update about that. So I love you all. Take care.